Hey, Sam, we're actually in the middle of the national anthem. We're just going to wait here a few seconds.
All right, Casey, we'll check back with Casey and Mark. They just started the national anthem, as you heard.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, right? But we were standing here just a moment ago. We were watching Carnes get ready, and so, of course, we'll be seeing them in action, some other teams coming up here in just a little bit. While we're waiting for them, though, we're going to continue to move on.
That's true. West's first opponent is going to be one of the best teams in the state in Class 6A. The Bearden Bulldogs have the majority of their skill positions back.
That's right. Drew Parrott is back for his third season with Bearden. Talented running back Jaheim Merriweather joins the Bulldogs this year. Now, Coach Josh Jones has the ball rolling really with the Bulldogs right now. In his first season as head coach, Bearden improved from a 4-6 season to a 7-5 mark last year. Jones says the team is a lot further along in understanding his system than last year. Translated, expect to see more fireworks from Bearden this season.
His offense last year was, kind of a work in progress. New scheme, new everything for kids. So we had our ups and downs. Really excited about our offense this year. Drew Parrott, it seems like he's aged in dog years this year. He is so much further along than where he was 12 months ago.
We don't have too many weaknesses, I say. I feel like our O-line is looking really nice. We got Jaheim at running back. We got Jason at running back, two D1 SEC guys.
Coach Jones added that he is really excited about his secondary with multiple guys coming back. And Maryville has been the king of 6A in East Tennessee, but the Rebels are going to have to reload this year. The Rebels only have 5 starters returning from last year's squad. Maryville will have a new face behind center, but running back Gage Ledoux is back, and even with a different quarterback, the Rebels plan to have a balanced attack.
It'll be a good combination of both. Casey Cobble, Graham Coulter are quarterbacks this year. They're both fantastic passers. They've been in the program. They know what's going on, so it'll be a combination of both. And obviously, Gage Ledoux, Price Davis, they'll be back to play, and they're both fantastic running backs. So
Gage Ledoux, he's an Air Force commit, and heck of a running back and catch it out of the backfield. We'll play some linebacker some this year too. So really good football player to have one returning.
Head coach Derek Hunt described his team as blue collar, which he says is what he wants at Maryville. Farragut returning plenty of talent this season. 6 starters are back on defense, 7 on offense. The team will have a new quarterback, though, but nearly the entire offensive line is back. That's some good news. Now, regardless of who plays where, the Admirals are hoping to come together as one heartbeat.
I've learned from the coaches, especially Coach Courtney. He's been teaching us what hard work means, and just learning that together and figuring out what it means to come together as a team and what being a man is. Coach Courtney talks about that a lot.
Everything is so much individualized, and everything's just kind of you and all this stuff. And football's totally different. It's a team concept, about discipline, about being accountable. It's hard. All the things that people don't want to do, and it's one of the things out there that we still take pride in, coaching football and having a program at Farragut. We feel like we build those things in our what we call the culture.
And Coach Courtney continued to say that his team has to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. All right, we're going to start this again. Again. Send it out to Mark Packer and KCK live at Central High School on tonight's Jamboree. Hey, guys.
Thanks, guys. The national anthem, sorry about that. I apologize, but it's all wrapped up and we are underway. We got Carnes on the sideline right beside us. And tonight at Central, we're going to be getting a glimpse into who these teams are and, more importantly, who they can be this season. I got Mark Packer right beside me. I'm sure that excites you. We have 8 teams tonight, seeing what they could be. And another thing that's super exciting is that you're partnering with us, WATE, this fall. Why don't you walk me through a little bit about what that partnership with Rivalry Thursday is going to look like this season?
Well, I think first off, you look at Carnes right now and you see how do they respond without Deshaun Bishop. This is a team for the last 3 years that's been Deshaun Bishop 50 times a game. So that's one of the things that we look forward to. But super excited about a new partnership, making a move in our 15th year of Rivalry Thursday over not only to WATE for the Saturday Kickoff Classic, Bearden at West, a week from Saturday on the 19th, the noon kickoff, but all 4 playoff games on ABC, the Rivalry Showcase All-Star Game on ABC, and then the 11 Rivalry Thursday games will be on WKNX, the Knox, which is Channel 7 for a lot of people. We got a bunch of great games coming your way this year. It starts with Campbell County at Halls this next week, Carter at Austin East, and then we get rolling. with Powell at Oak Ridge, Alcoa at Greenville, Bearden Farragut, Clinton, Anderson County. Great schedule of games this year. Couldn't be more excited than I am about the partnership.
You mentioned that lineup, great schedule of games. Yeah. Is there one week that you're looking forward to more than the others? I know you can't pick favorites, but is there a week in your mind that really stands out about this fall?
Well, the rivalry Clinton and Anderson County, which will be at Clinton, will be one to keep your eye on. The Bearden West game next Saturday, which is, we're going to highlight one of the great athletes for West in just a moment. But Bearden and West, Bearden's building a program with Josh Jones. West was 15-0 a year ago, defending state champions in 5A. It's a noon kickoff right here on ABC. That's the one I'm really excited about for now anyway.
You mentioned one of those athletes that we're going to be highlighting, C.J. Smith. You went out to practice. Yeah. Any initial thoughts before we get into that story?
He's one of these guys that they say is a mid-major kind of player as far as colleges. When I watch him, he's got a motor. His dad played at Tennessee. He's an incredible leader. He's a kid that I think by the time you get to the end of the year, he's going to progress past that mid-major kid, and he's going to be a Power 5 kid. At least that's what I think.
Super exciting. Let's take a look.
My mindset going into the season is, our key word is complacent, because once you get complacent, you start to relax, you start to forget why you're here, forget why you're winning games and why you're working hard. So if we stay away from being complacent, we'll be a lot better and we'll stay on pace, because we have a big target on our back this season. What fuels me is the way people look up to me. I've had teammates text me, call me when they need anything. I'm always willing to help, but always taking them under my wing. Being a leader means to me being that person that you can always be counted on. When times are tough, you're going to be looked at, and your composure has to be fine and straight. You can't lose composure. You got to be there for your team when it counts and when it's needed. As far as the recruiting process goes, it's going pretty swell. As far as commitment, I don't have any plans committing here soon, sometime this season. I feel like I've gotten a lot better with my footwork. As far as pass rushing, being on the edge, I feel like I can hit the B gap and A gap whenever it's needed, and the C gap is I feel like my specialty. I love edge rushing. I work on it all the time. Oh, it comes down to even doing pass rush moves on the door frame. My favorite superhero got to be the Hulk. I like the Hulk because he gets to bully people whenever. Like, he's just big and strong. Like, he does whatever he wants to people. I try to be.
Smith's favorite superhero is the Hawk. Mark, does that one fit him?
I will say this, that when you're in the locker room before practice and you're getting ready to do that interview, CJ comes walking through with his shirt off. I will tell you this, he looked very Hulkish to me. He is built like a real college football player. Can't wait to see him play next week against Bearden right here and all the games this year. He's a great kid, though.
Absolutely, and I would have to agree. I think he does embody the Hawk energy. Totally That's agree. For sure. Yeah. Now, a week from today, Rivalry Thursday going to kick off with Campbell County and Halls. Yeah. Super exciting. A week away from high school football action. You can feel the excitement out here tonight.
Smell the popcorn.
Smell the popcorn. Yeah. You can smell all the concessions brewing. They are getting ready for that first week of Tennessee high school football. Bo, Sam, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
I am craving some of that popcorn now, maybe a hot dog as well. Yeah. No doubt about it. Thanks, guys.
We're just getting warmed up on our high school football countdown to kickoff. Coming up next, Reese Van Haften catches up with a former coach who explains the differences in the game today versus a decade ago. We'll be right back.
Just getting up or getting out the door? Pour a little GMT into your cup. Don't worry, before the sun comes up, trust Tirsa, Allison, Victoria, and Lexi. They've got the news in the morning you're looking for. Get up and get ready with Good Morning Tennessee on WATE 6 on your side.
Hey, it's We'll Buy Your Car time at AutoNation. Get top dollar right now. Visit AutoNation.com or see us for an easy appraisal. Get a check on the spot or get paid the same day with Zelle. Don't wait. The time to sell your car to AutoNation is now.
Have a car? A title? You could get up to $6,500 with Title Max. Go to TitleMax.com and enter your car year, make, and model. See how much you could get. Check out TitleMax.com for the most cash you need. Check out TitleMax.com and shop us for rates. Check out TitleMax.com. All credit types accepted. Find out why so many people say,
I got my title back with Title Max.
I got my title back with Title Max.
Get your title back with Title Max.
Some things are just better together. Like sensational salads and sizzling steaks. old friends and new friends, special occasions, and special moments. At Aubrey's, we like it when things go together, so we do everything we can to make getting together easy. Aubrey's, real comfort, real food, real good.
There was a time when summer's gifts filled us with gratitude, when lighthearted laughter filled the air, and rolling green meadows eagerly awaited the pleasure of our company. There was a time that reminded us of what it means to be connected to those we cherish most and to the beauty all around us. It was a joyful time. It was summer, this summer at Biltmore. Visit free next day.
America, come along with our adventure seekers and discover summer with Ford. Join friends Maisa and Leslie on an epic adventure with the capability of the Ford Bronco Sport. Head out with the Stevens family and stay connected with built-in Wi-Fi in the Ford Explorer.
You know that horse is standing up?
Road trip with the Sanchez family and available hands-free highway driving in the Ford F-150. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
Whether working from home or driving to work, it's nice to know that Ted Russell Lincoln offers complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Thanks.
Enjoy a much higher level of luxury at Ted Russell Lincoln with our Lincoln Black Label vehicles. Backed by a 4-year, 50,000-mile premium maintenance plan, service pickup and delivery, and complimentary lifetime warranty.
The new luxury leader in town is an old friend, Ted Russell Lincoln. Come see us today on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. TedRussellLincoln.net.
AutoNation will buy your car, your truck, even your SUV. It's We'll Buy Your Car time at AutoNation. Get top dollar right now. Visit AutoNation.com or see us for an easy appraisal. Get paid on the spot. So don't wait. Sell AutoNation your car now.
Good luck to everyone heading back to school. Here's to a great year. We're here to help start the new year right. WATE 6 on your side, your official back-to-school station. Welcome back to the High School Football Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by Carson Newman University.
Welcome back. Fulton football has a long history thanks to the last name Black. Right. Rob Black, the most recent one to coach the Falcons.
Yeah, you know, sports director Reese Van Haften caught up with the former head coach to discuss the state of football in East Tennessee and what it's like to be a head coach in today's game.
Well, I'm joined by Coach Black, and it's been a couple years since you've been a head coach, but what is East Tennessee football like now? Do you think it's getting more competitive?
Well, I've said for a long time, East Tennessee was not very heavily recruited a long time ago, and I think people have caught on, and there's good football here in Knoxville, the Knoxville area, and just East Tennessee in general. So there's good football and good football coaches here.
How have you seen East Tennessee football kind of change over the years when you were coach and now kind of looking from abroad as an athletic director?
I guess back in 03, 04, 06, we won state championships, but back in those days, it wasn't common for East Tennessee to win state championships. I mean, a lot of stuff happened out west, and if you look in the past 10, 15 years, East Tennessee football is well represented in state championships. So I think it's great, again, great football, and it's really evolved.
We were talking off camera. It's about the Jimmies and Joes. Obviously, the players have to get better in order for the football to get better. Which players do you see standing out this season?
Well, there's a defensive end at West that I think is really, really good. I've seen him in person, seen him on tape. Gosh, there's several quarterbacks. I know here we've got a couple of sleepers, Derek Smith and some guys like that people don't know their names yet, but they will. But they're all over the place in the Knoxville area now. And so there's good football and good football players in every school around here.
You talk about good football players and good teams. What are some teams that everybody should look out for this season?
Well, obviously, I think you got to respect West and what they've done. And I know they lost a ton of kids and a ton of starters, but, I mean, they've got over 100 kids in their program now. So, I think they'll still be somebody you got to deal with. Obviously, Anderson County has knocked on the door for several years and finally wins a state championship, last year. And I know they've picked some people up in the offseason. So, they'll be pretty good again. Man, a lot of really good teams. Obviously, you can talk about Alcoa, and, I mean, they just reload. Some people rebuild, and they just kind of reload every year. Maryville lost a lot, but Maryville's Maryville, and so I could see them by the end of the year being one of those teams that's right there in the thick of things. So it's going to be fun and exciting to see what happens this year.
You talked about West a little bit. 5A seems to be the most stacked portion of the East Tennessee area. What team in 5A do you think is going to be the one to beat in East Tennessee?
Well, that's a really good question. You know, I've watched Oak Ridge a little bit in the scrimmage. They've got a really good running back, some super talented receivers, and some other pieces to go along with that. Obviously, we talked about West and what they had there, and Powell's got some talented people at Powell. I know they've got to replace some people that they lost, but 5A is one of those around here where I think anybody could beat anybody. So, you know, you're not going to be able to pencil that one in until week 9 or 10 to know who's going to be the top dog.
Now let's talk a little bit about coaching. You had coached for a long while. Now you're an athletic director. How have you seen coaching change in the area from what it was a decade ago?
Well, a decade ago, you just worked about 300 days a year, and you just worked about 20 hours a day. Now it's 365 days out of a year and 24 hours a day. And these coaches work hard. I mean, they put in a ton of time. I mean, you're handling the recruiting of all your players and with the colleges, and then you're handling their everyday life in school and academics. And then there's so much technology now that's out there, you know, when you come to studying film and trying to get tendencies on other teams and building a plan against the other team. And you just got to manage your coaches and players, so there's a lot going on, and it's a big job.
Absolutely. Well, he's still a coach at heart. Thank you for your time, Coach Black, and we'll see you around the football fields this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And some good stuff there. Really makes you think, though, hearing what Coach is talking about, all the things coaches have to do maybe you don't think about during the offseason.
Sure, yeah.
Hey, Fulton Falcons going to learn what life is like without Marcellus Jackson, the star quarterback, off to Tennessee Tech.
Marmar was the heartbeat to the Falcons offense, and despite having a young squad last year, Jackson helped propel the Falcons into the playoffs.
Yeah, head coach Jeff McMillan says the team is going to be a lot more experienced on the offensive line, but depth could become an issue. The Falcons feel that their culture is in a good spot despite losing their top 2 offensive weapons.
A lot slower paced, I can tell you that. No, I mean, you can't replace Marcellus. I mean, he did so many things last year, obviously, and was named Mr. Football. I mean, and that usually doesn't happen when you win 4 games. But he was the reason that we won those 4 games mainly, and the reason we were competitive in the other one. So that was just a special season that you don't see very often.
It's going to be hard. It's definitely going to be hard, but I feel like we got a lot of electric guys that can make some plays too.
Coach also mentioned that they only have 5 seniors this season, but the good thing is their junior class is large. And Anderson County is coming off cloud 9 after winning its first state title in program history last season. This year, the Mavericks will be out to prove last year was not a fluke. AC has not lost a region game in 6 years.
My goodness, but the Mavericks lost 18 players from last year's roster, and head coach Davey Gillum calls last year's senior class the best he's ever had. That class included star quarterback Walker Martinez. The next quarterback is going to have some big shoes to fill.
We've got 2, Cody Miller, returning player, and then we had a transfer come in, Isaiah Hall. Isaiah, he's another special kid, arm talent-wise, but he's only been with us about a month, so we're trying to catch him up on the offense and things like that. But I think when he starts hitting on all cylinders with what we're trying to do, he could be special.
New guy, Isaiah, he's great. He helps having speed in the backfield, or someone who can read. I mean, Walker was great and all that, but, not the fastest running quarterback we had. It helps having that threat to the other levels like linebackers so they can't blitz on you 24/7.
Coach Gillum also mentioned that on paper, the team looks great on everything, but they're still trying to find that flow. All right, coming up next, I'm going to introduce you to the newest member of our team and how he's bringing a twist to our high school football coverage this upcoming season.
Right now, during the Rooms to Go Labor Day mattress sale, get this very special offer. Sleep better and save big when you buy this Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Beauty Rest Select mattress in your choice of sizes for only $5.95. That's 3 great brands, any size, one low price. Twin, full, queen, even a king-size mattress, just $5.95. Plus, check out all our other great mattress buys during the Rooms to Go Labor Day mattress sale, going on now.
Think you know the Smokies? Discover what's new in the mountains with SeymourSmokies.com. Outdoor fun, places to stay, and where to eat. No matter the season, SeymourSmokies.com can help you find the fun. Plan your next adventure and experience the mountains in a whole new way.
Do more, see more, find the fun
Discover luxury without limits and the power of sanctuary at Ted Russell Lincoln during the Lincoln Summer Invitation Sales Event. Test drive the new Lincoln Nautilus, Lincoln Aviator, or Lincoln Corsair. Experience the benefits that come with luxury ownership, like complimentary pickup and delivery for service, complimentary lifetime roadside assistance, and a limited lifetime warranty at no charge. Embrace the journey in a new Lincoln from both Ted Russell Lincoln locations.
Okay, Dad, that was great, but on this next take, I'm gonna need more speed.
More speed.
More speed.
More speed.
Miles, we good on sound?
The best performance is high performance. Get offers on select vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
You know, you've got it pretty good. Streaming this much stuff was never this easy.
Yes, let's go.
Nice eye thingies.
They're collagen boosters.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network made for streaming for $30 a month for 12 months and Add Now TV for $20. It's the best value in live TV and streaming.
You guys like this show too? Yes, chef!
Get way more into what you're into when you stream on the Xfinity 10G network.
Rewind time in Jonesboro and hear the story of Tennessee's oldest town still being told. In Jonesboro, you can feel the fabric of stories deeply woven, along brick sidewalks rich with stories from the past, through drinks crafted and recipes overflowing with Tennessee tradition, in nostalgic shops and locally crafted goods waiting to be discovered. Rewind time in Jonesboro. Leave your footprint on the story that's still being written.
Welcome back to the High School Football Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by Carson Newman University.
Welcome back. We have some exciting news to pass along to you concerning our Friday night coverage this season. And for that, let's check back in with Bo.
All right, thanks, guys. We're here at the Digital Alert Desk. I'm with Carlos Lopez. Carlos, welcome to the team, my friend. Great to have you here. Obviously, we know you from your time calling UT highlights on social media in Spanish, but you're no stranger to the high school game here, my friend. I mean, look at the ring. You played at Seymour, but you coached several national or state championships at Alcoa.
Well, buenas tardes, mi gente. What a pleasure to join right here at WATE. And as always, man, sometimes you just got to, represent. I enjoyed my time. I played high school football at Seymour High School, played my collegiate level at Carson Newman in Middle Tennessee. And, just bringing this new and exciting way of Spanish broadcasting to Knoxville. And I'm just so excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, and that's why we're here. We're here because every Friday night right before Friday Frenzy, really, we're going to be doing a halftime show. We're going to bring you the halftime scores, the second half scores of all the action, but something different that we've never done, and that's why we love the fact that you're here. We're going to do it in English, but we're also going to do it in Spanish.
Man, así me gusta, así que todo el mundo a las 7 de la noche o las 8:45 tiene que estar aquí con nosotros en WATE.com y escuchar en inglés y en español.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, we'll have you covered, so be sure to tune in here. We'll be coming on around 8:45, and then after that, after Friday Frenzy, Carlos, we're going to put you down in the studio. You're going to be redoing some of the highlights from the night, and then we'll be posting those at WATE.com on our Friday Frenzy page, but you'll be doing it in Spanish.
I like it. As my background in coaching high school football, I coached for the past 9 years at Alcoa High School, so I'm all about, the special teams, so I hope that we have some game-winning kicks, some amazing punts, or some special teams tackles.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Looking forward to it. Next Friday night, you ready?
Buenas noches, mi gente. Hasta luego.
He's ready. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, guys. We're so excited to have Carlos join our team. And speaking of Alcoa, winning a state championship has become the norm there, with the Tornadoes taking home a state record 8 straight titles. But if head coach Brian Nix wants to win a 9th, well, he'll have to do so with a much different roster. That's because Alcoa lost about half of its starting lineup from last year's championship squad. But it's not the quantity of players who graduated, it's the quality of those who have moved on from the Tornadoes.
Lost 2 Power 5 offensive tackles, and then you lose an all-state center. You lose your starting quarterback, who's MVP of the state championship game. You lose Jordan Harris, who did pretty much everything. We always say that these guys, some of you guys have been standing over on the sideline, and people have been winning championships for you. Now it's your time to contribute.
My freshman year, I had leaders. Sophomore, we just keep going up. So our role as seniors is to
lead them into the position that they're going to be when we're not here. And then we're going to pass that role down to them.
And Coach Nick says he's excited to see who will step into that role this season.
In 5A, the Powell Panthers are looking to return to their 2021 form. The Panthers have a quarterback battle after Jordan Potts graduated and went to Tennessee Tech.
Deuce Rogers is currently the favorite, but freshman Jalen Benjamin is pushing Rogers for the role. The Panthers do have old reliable Connor Wheeler returning, and the running back enters his junior year after rushing for nearly 1,700 yards and 23 touchdowns.
We've got 4 starters returning on the offensive line. 3 of those guys started as sophomores. One of them started as a freshman. That's what we're going to hang our hat on. Connor Wheeler was the area sophomore of the year last year as a running back. We're expecting big things out of him. He's a guy we've got to lean on. We've got to lean on that offensive line until that quarterback situation and those guys that are out wide receiver can really come into their own.
Lowe continued to say that the offensive line has been taking on the leadership.
And over at Knox Catholic, the Irish will be led by 2 new interim head coaches, offensive coordinator Steve Matthews and defensive coordinator Philip Shadowins. Despite changes on the sidelines, on the field, the Irish will be led by 2-year starting quarterback Jaden Neal, who's ready to take on a larger role under a new system.
It's been very different than my last 2 years I've been here, but I feel like I've been adjusted very well. I feel like I have a lot more responsibility. A lot of the offense kind of runs through my capabilities, so I feel like that's a big part of the offense this year, either me being running or passing or really just conducting the offense.
With him, kind of the proof's in the pudding. You see the plays that he can make. You see the ability, but very poised. There's a part of me as a coach wants him to be more vocal, but I do like the fact that he seems to internalize everything and keeps things poised, doesn't get too up, doesn't get too down. And I really like where he is right now.
Yeah, Neal says it's the closest group he's seen in his 3 years with the Irish.
And as the final seconds of our countdown to kickoff winds down, we want to take you out to Central High School one more time where the Jamboree is underway.
Good crowd behind us, folks, man. Good night tonight, too. Obviously, the skies have cleared. It's a lot calmer outside. And, yeah, some good football. Can't believe we're already talking about preseason football. We're going to have highlights from the Jamboree at 11 o'clock.
Also, don't forget to tune into the season opener between Campbell County and Halls on Thursday Night Rivalry a week from today, and then tune in to Friday Frenzy next Friday. We'll see you then.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Kroger, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Kroger, fresh for everyone.